several hearings regarding this matter. In fact, today is the 8th hearing that we are conducting. In the course of our investigation, we have found out that there have been several laws that have been violated in the disbursements of funds. Some of these have already been mentioned earlier by my colleagues. Ngayon, meron pa pong isang paglabag sa batas at ito ay ang falsification. Ano po ba ang falsification? Ating saligang batas, ito po ay may elemento po paggawa po ng itong krimen o violation ng falsification. The staff, can you please show the slide? These are the elements of falsification. Number one, the offender is a public officer or employee or notary public. Number two, the offender takes advantage of his official position. And number three, he or she falsifies a document by committing any of the acts mentioned in Article 171 of the Revised Penal Code. Ito po ay when a public officer, tulad po ng ating mga resource persons na naimbita nung nakaraang mga hearings, take advantage of their official positions and falsify documents. Ang mga halaga dito ay mga falsities or mga di katotohanan or fabrication sa mga dokumento among others. At ito mismo ang violation o krimen na nangyari sa loob mismo ng ahensya na dinidinig po natin. Ngayon, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng falsified documents? Paano ba ito ginagawa? There are several means to falsify documents under the Revised Penal Code. But let us go to the relevant portions to us right now. This is committed by any public officer, employee, or notary who, taking advantage of his official position, shall falsify a document by committing any of the following acts, causing it to appear that persons have participated in any act or proceeding when they did not in fact so participate. Falsification of documents is committed by making it appear that persons have participated in any act or proceeding when they did not in fact so participate. Ito po yung nakita natin ng mga obserbasyon sa mga hearing, sa mga fraudulent at bogus po ng mga acknowledgement receipts. Next slide please. Naalala po natin lahat ang kakaibang pangalan na si Mary Grace Piatos. The person that obviously does not exist. Walang record ang PSA sa kanya, yet her name appears in the acknowledgement receipts submitted po to liquidate the confidential funds. Obviously, it was made to appear that she participated in this acknowledgement, despite the fact that she does not exist. Clearly, Mr. Chair, this is falsification. Next slide, please. Pag-usapan po din natin si Cocoy Villamin, the person po na ating na-highlight from the previous hearings who got confidential funds. As pointed out by Congressman Nadyong, magkaiba po ang signature and handwriting niya sa parehong AR. This cuts doubt on whether Cocoy Villamin, if he does exist, really was the one who signed both ARs or even any one of these ARs. Hindi ka paniwala na basta-bastang nagbago na lang ang pirma ng isang tao. Again, it was made to appear that a person, itong si Cocoy Villamin, participated in these supposed payments and acknowledgement receipts when the truth, he did not. Madami po tayong examples sa mga potential counts of falsification dito sa ating hearing. These are but just a few examples. Kaya naman ang mga acknowledgement receipts nito to make it appear na sila Mary Grace Piatos, Cocoy Villamin at iba pang nakapirma ay nakakuha ng bayad mula sa confidential funds, ngunit it was later revealed na ang mga tao nito does not even exist. This is exactly what the law penalizes as falsification. Next slide, please. Now, isa pa pong violation ay ang use of falsified documents. Iba po ito sa falsification. Ito po ay isang krimen or violation ng batas natin na depende sa circumstansya. Next slide, please. Ang liable po for this crime is if alam ng isang tao ng document ay falsified at ito ay ginamit pa rin niya. Ano ba ang mga elemento nito? Una, the offender knew that a document was falsified by another person. Pangalawa, the false document is embraced in Article 171 or in any of subdivisions numbers 1 and 2 of Article 172. Pangatlo, he used such document not in judicial proceedings. And pang-apat, the use of the false document caused damage to another, or at least it was used with intent to cause such damage. Next slide, please. Ito po ang mga elemento of use of falsified documents. Ang importante dito is the use of the document. Clearly po, ginamit po yung affidavit or rather yung falsified acknowledgement receipts. They were used to justify the liquidation for hundreds of millions of confidential funds. Ito po yung mga sample na mga dokumento na pinakikita natin ngayon. Naalala po natin ang mga liquidation reports ng ARs na paulit-ulit natin pinakita sa mga hearings dito ng mga signature na SDO Acosta, SDO Paharda ay nag-certify na ang confidential funds ay napunta sa confidential expenses. Ngunit ang totoo po na pag-alaman natin, ito ay confirm nila SDO Acosta at SDO Paharda mismo na hindi nila alam kung saan napunta ang confidential funds. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat po.